Alright, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good news stuff for you today, and got a couple shout-outs, got a couple little announcements. So the first news article we're going to talk about is EOS trouble continue, and a constitution overhaul has been suggested, which is kind of interesting because obviously it's not a very good constitution if it's only been out for like a month. So that's not good at all. But either way, let's shout out to Richard Blackmore for that one Neo donation. Thank you very much for that. Also, he's doing neck surgery today and wished for all of us to pray for him, even though he's not a very religious guy, but he figures, hey, it couldn't hurt, right? So hopefully that goes real smooth for you. And also, congratulations to you, Richard Blackmore, for being the 20th best Binance trader in the IOTX competition. Not a very easy task. So thank you for that donation. Congratulations on being 20th place in that competition, which was probably not very easy, even though it's 20th place. But I'm still very, very proud. And I have one announcement before I continue. Well, maybe two. I didn't make a video yesterday because I was horribly ill and still kind of am. I'm just recovering. I think I got food poisoning, and I spent about 30 hours in a dark room, horribly, horribly ill. I've probably eaten about 500 calories in about 30 hours. So if the show today is not too amazing, I apologize for that because, well, I'm still pretty ill. I think my skin is actually on fire. But I wanted to make a video regardless and stay on top as much as I can on my daily videos. But this Friday and Saturday, I'm going to be going on a little vacation. I'm going to be going to San Diego, which is not that far from me. It's about like 6 hours from where I live. And I'm going to go to San Diego. I'm going to see the ocean and do all kinds of stuff. Maybe go to the San Diego Zoo with my family, all that stuff. So there probably won't be a video on Friday, Saturday, and possibly Sunday as well, because that's the day I get back, and likely there will be a lot of work to do before I get back because my wife has to go all the way up to Washington State for her job. So hopefully you don't get too worried about the lack of videos on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Anyway, so EOS troubles continue, and a constitution overhaul has been suggested, which leads me to believe the constitution wasn't that great to begin with if you have to change the constitution within a couple months' time. So the EOS network is having double troubles. On the one hand, the technicalities of running the network in preparation for the upcoming dApps, but there is also trouble with the human-readable rules. The EOS constitution, a document unseen in other crypto projects, has proven unfeasible in the real world. Wow, I could have told you guys that a long time ago. And there have been calls for an overhaul or complete removal of the written rules. So the other problem for EOS is the lack of a trusted wallet. The Greymass wallet is being used right now, but small-scale EOS holders may still keep their tokens on exchanges, not trusting the stability of the technology. So we're trusting exchanges over these other wallets. So that's pretty bad. The founder of EOS, Dan Larimer, spoke of the possibility of overhauling the rules. So, we have, Ethereum had its own ICO, but it wasn't even half. It didn't even get close to what EOS did. EOS is easily the biggest ICO of all time. It went on for a whole year, and this is what we got. So, and even a lot of people, the sentiment is really showing on my channel as a lot of people are just telling me, I'm glad I sold EOS. I'm glad I'm not using it. And some people are saying, I'm glad I sold EOS and I don't care if the price goes back up because this is the worst. This is what everybody is, particularly towards the end of 2017, very much hated and did not want to see, is a centralized cryptocurrency. And this is why some people don't like Ripple, is because it's incredibly centralized. But I suppose if you can make money off of it, all the power to you. But this is not a very good crypto. This is basically just a blockchain based on a company to make them $4 billion. So the price of EOS is not directly shaken by the negative news, even though kinda, and most coins remain locked in a limbo of either voting or of users waiting to see what happens. Wow, those are great coins, EOS. The latest market downturn, however, took EOS as well. The asset sank to 767. Down by half since the days of the final auctions and the mainnet launch. It used to be like 15 something. It got up to EOS trading has been subdued in the past day with volumes below 700 million. 24 hours, the share of Tether trading expanded again by more than 38%, but this time the reason may be a trend to sell the asset and preserve value in Tether. So people are preserving their value in Tether and getting rid of their EOS so that they still have their Tether so that they can buy something else later. Some predictions see EOS pressured down as low as $5. And the call for a constitution overhaul come after a total of 34 accounts were permanently or temporarily frozen, revealing the block producers have too much decision power over the network. You think? We're just now realizing this? I've literally been saying this for like a month, and people were like, oh, wow. They could just freeze accounts. They can just do whatever they want in a mafia-like fashion. And people are on my channel, people with comments, I see comments on others, I see comments on mine, and they're like, nobody would ever do that. Anyway, moving on here. So, Bitcoin is the most likely to gain mass adoption according to new survey. Now, this kind of makes sense to me because Bitcoin is kind of like the brand name of what it is. In the same way that tissues, as in like for blowing your nose, it's a Kleenex. At least in America. I don't know about the rest of the world, but, you know, most people will be like, hey, do you have a tissue? Or they'll say, hey, do you have a Kleenex? Kleenex is just the brand name. And you can also, you can put a ton of examples about that. Like, if you're going to go to the grocery store, a lot of people in America might say, I'm going to go to Walmart. And that's like the grocery store, even though it's kind of both. You know, because if you're going somewhere else, you're going to be like, I'm going to go to Whole Foods to make people impressed on how much money you're paying. You're paying $14 for a bag of potato chips that are organic. And you're paying $88 for a bag like about this big with like 4 food items in it. Congratulations, you made yourself a great decision. Nothing wrong with eating organic, but I'm just saying they're extremely overpriced. Have you ever been into a Whole Foods? Try it sometime. I dare you. So it's kind of like the brand name, so of course people are going to vote it more so than other coins, but let's take a look. So more than 60 professionals, a majority of whom were investors or business executives, completed the 2018 cryptocurrency survey conducted by law firm Foley and Lardner LLP. Survey participants overwhelmingly see Bitcoin and Ethereum as the leaders of the cryptocurrency space. Despite different use cases, Bitcoin is viewed as being the most likely to gain the broadest adoption for payments, as money buy of respondents, with Ethereum a distant second, followed by Ripple, Dash, and privacy-focused coins like Zcash and Monero. So Bitcoin overwhelmingly named the best, and some are none. I always like the other ones, like the alternative choice. Like, none of them. I don't like it. Fair enough. So Ethereum falls way behind there, and you know, even Dash and Zcash don't even amount to what people are saying is none, and barely with Ripple as well. So, however, Ethereum was considered as the best investment opportunity by of respondents, just above the most renowned cryptocurrency Bitcoin, which received the votes. Interestingly, of the respondent support having the ability to invest in cryptocurrency exchange-traded funds, with only favoring Bitcoin-only funds. So, in your opinion, should investors be allowed to invest in exchange-traded funds holding cryptocurrencies? So yes for Bitcoin and others, 69%, and yes for Bitcoin but not others, 3%, which is kind of a weird thing. Like, yeah, only Bitcoin, none of the others, none of them. But all right. No is a blatant 19%, and no opinion is 9%. So congratulations. I always hated like when people say no opinion. Now you could say no. That's a great response. I mean, it's just as valid as saying yes. But no opinion, shouldn't you have an opinion at least? Like, shouldn't you just think about it for like 4 seconds at least and be like, yeah, I think I have an opinion on that. But if you don't, whatever. Either way. And then the final one here is, what form of cryptocurrency validation method do you think has the longest term sustainability? And this is kind of interesting because proof of work, i.e. validating transactions via mining, or i.e. proof of work, is 28%. And then validating transactions via holding a certain number of coins, proof of stake, is 28%. And then validating transactions via your identity and reputation, proof of authority, is 14%. And then just don't have an opinion at all. So these people have no idea. They're just like this, like an overwhelmingly amount of no opinion. 26% there has no opinion. So I think this survey went out to a lot of people that might not know actual cryptocurrency. I'm not sure. But either way, not surprising that Bitcoin is on top because it's kind of seen as the brand name. So I don't really need to read the entire article here. Maybe we will. Pornhub's 90 million daily users can now pay with Tron and Zencash. So I guess you weren't that important, Verge. Uh-oh, Verge. In a statement posted on Zencash's official blog, MindGeek, the group which owns Pornhub and 13 other adult resources, confirmed the decision to accept Zencash across its products. So speaking on the decision to accept cryptocurrency Pornhub via President Corey Price is quoted as saying, decentralized payment systems have continued to grow in popularity and cryptocurrency adoption is exploding across a broad economic spectrum. So he's really choosing some very odd coins to accept, like Tron and Zencash and Verge, as opposed to like Ethereum and Bitcoin, maybe Litecoin. But okay, and maybe even Ripple. He also adds, today's cryptocurrencies are especially viable in the adultainment industry because they are privacy-centric and incorporate more anonymity tools than traditional Tinder. And I agree with that, but again, Verge, you're not that special. Oh, man, Verge. The news also marks a second conspicuous move for Tron and founder Justin Sun, the latter having purchased BitTorrent for $118 million. And the hookup gives both Tron and Zencash a giant new market, with Pornhub's user base accounting to 90 million people per day. In total, MindGeek's audience is over 115 million. So, wow, I guess Pornhub is their biggest one, huh? So if that gets 90 million, and then all their other audiences only accumulate to up to 115 million, wow, congratulations. Your other ones don't seem to be doing too hot. Which cryptocurrency next? The exposure to the digital entertainment industry provides an excellent use case for Zencash. I like how they like to call it digital entertainment industry. You know, like, let's just be real. Digital porn industry. You know, like, digital entertainment, that could be anything. You know, like, this is entertaining right now. I'm making a video. Digital entertainment. But, okay. Use case for Zencash by giving individuals the ability to pay for digital entertainment privately. Digital entertainment privately without fear of exposure. Zencash co-founder Robert Viglione commented, Pornhub's original foray into the world of cryptocurrency got off to a shaky start with Verge. Yeah, because Verge sucks. Good job. Known for its numerous recent hacks and periods of instability, the altcoin saw a further concerted effort to launch a 51% attack on its network following the deal, which allegedly resulted in Pornhub transactions being reversed. So MindGeek did not hint at which, if any, cryptocurrencies could be next on its acceptance list, but you know, Monero and Zcash would probably be a good choice. But yeah, Verge probably cost them actually a lot of money with all those reverse transactions. So not anonymous enough, U.S. authorities seize thousands of Bitcoin in the dark web takedown. So a sting operation by the United States government brought down another large dark web market, taking with it about 20 million in cryptocurrency. And the operation also placed 35 people into custody as well. So the agents who participated in the sting posed as money launderers who would sell their dollars for coins and then gather information about operators inside the market. Honeypots like these are preferred method for government actors to apprehend criminals, as it leads to quick arrest and the arrest of incompetent individuals who fell for the scheme. So should you even be arresting incompetent individuals? I don't know. Among the other items seized as part of the sting are about 100 firearms, an impressive cache of narcotics, ASICs, 3.6 million in cash, money, and gold bullion. 50 of the market vendors were found out, even though they were operating under a system that they thought was anonymous. No, they didn't. Well, I guess they thought it was anonymous. Yeah, the dark web is not very anonymous anymore. Either is Bitcoin. So 50. So it's surprisingly easy to single out people who use technologies like Tor. For example, if they have JavaScript enabled, a skilled scripter could theoretically attach an identifier to the target individual and eventually create a profile of them. And some social engineering could also work to the advantage of the agency, convincing buyers and sellers to reveal certain things about themselves that they thought wouldn't give them away. So criminals who think they are safe on the darknet are wrong. Yeah, it's been a while. The darknet's been around for a while. I'm sure the government figured it out by now. We can expose their networks, and we are determined to bring them to justice. Today, we arrested more than 35 alleged darknet vendors, and we seized their weapons, their drugs, 23.6 million of their ill-gotten gains. This nationwide enforcement effort will reduce the supply of deadly drugs like fentanyl that are killing an unprecedented number of Americans. So that being said, these particular criminals were merely incompetent enough to use Bitcoin. The people who stole NEM from CoinCheck, for example, used other cryptocurrencies to launder the loot through various wallets, making their trail disappear from the eyes of authorities. So yeah, don't use Bitcoin if you're going to do dark web things. Don't do that. So now on to CoinMarketCap. So we're seeing a lot of green. We're still at $249 billion market cap, though, which is lower than the last time I made a video. And again, I apologize for not making a video yesterday, but I was pretty ill. Still am, but much better than I was yesterday. So we do have quite a bit of gains all over, though. Everything seems to be looking pretty good for now, but again, you know, the next day we could see a totally different thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this particular episode, and as usual, I will see you guys next time.